today we've got another game, and it's slightly unusual this time. We've got Mech Mob versus the Imperial Knights. So we've got Big Mech, Waz Zapper and his Stomper. He's come to town with his mates. He spotted this Imperial repair station on the outskirts of the attack and decided he'd get there before anyone else. But the repair crew have been hiding in the bastion, terrified of the Orks' oncoming attack, and they've sent the word out, and the Imperial Knights have answered the call. So for this mission we're playing completely open play rules, so anything goes, but we are going to keep matched play rules for using stratagems in a row, so you can still only play one of the same kind in a turn, just because it adds a bit of drama into the game. So the mission we're playing, we're going to just play a few cards from the open war set. So the objective is supply cache, so you've got to get yourself on as many objectives at the start of the turn. You roll a dice, and on a 6, that is the objective you have to take by the end of turn 5, and it's all other objectives are removed. So there's a certain objective, we'll only find it on a 6. And then of course, as we can see, the deployment is the Hammer and Anvil Classic. Right, the objectives are located here. We've got one right in front of the knight here, we've got one dead centre, another one just in front of these sandbags, got a fourth just behind this tree, and on this side we've got the fifth just next to the Stomper, and then the very last objective is just within reach of this knight here.
Right, so we've got Big Mech Waz Zapper's Mech Mob here. There he is on top of his Stomper. These are his lieutenants, his right hand men. One's a Gorgonaut. Here's a Morgonaut. Morgonaut has a custom force field up top. It's got a 9-inch bubble of 5+ invulnerable.
Right, we've got two knights for the Imperial side. We've got this guy, he's in charge, he's called Romulus. And he's got the Storm Spear pod for his carapace weapon. He's got the thermal cannon, and he's got a stubber and a Reaper chainsword. And then we've got a Crusader Knight, he's got the Ratifire battle cannon, Gatling Avenger launcher thing, stubber, and then on top he's got the anti-air autocannon. Okay, so because it's an unusual matchup and it's open play, we're going to just decide to give each side 6 command points each, so we've got some stratagems to play with. Orcs are a bit of a disadvantage because they haven't got a codex and stratagems, but they do have a 600 point advantage. So to counter the 600 point advantage, you're going to give the Imperial Knights an extra 2 command points, so we can try to put some of the new stratagems on display. And we're also going to each select a character, so we're going to just make one vehicle a character and then give them a warlord trait. So for the Imperial Knight, it's going to be Romulus. He's going to be it's going to give him the character rule just for fun, and he's going to have the Iron Bulwark warlord trait, so it means he's got a 4+ invulnerable save, and we're also going to give him a relic just for fun. It's going to be the Ravager. Let's have a look. Yeah, the Ravager. So it's basically a Reaper chainsword, but it's +8 to your strength, so it's super strong. AP 4, AP -4 still. It's damage 6 still, but you can reroll hit rolls of 1 because he's from House Raven.
Okay, so Big Mech Waz Zapper is the warlord, of course. He has the Tenacious Survivor, and it gives a 6+ female pain.
So we're going to keep the classic way that you roll off these days, see who goes first. So the Imperial Knights have got the lesser force, so they're going to get a +1 to the dice roll to see who goes first. So the Imperial Knights get a 5, converts to a 6. The Orcs get a 6, so it's time to roll again. Imperial Knights get a 2, becomes a 3. Orcs get a 6. Right, Orcs are going first, unless the Knights are going to steal the initiative on a 6. No, right, so the Orcs are going to seize that first turn. Right, so before the Orks move out, they're going to check these locations on the ground. So they're going to send out the scanner on this objective, see if it's...
We need 6.
see if it's the one that they want. No. On this one, it is. Right, we found it straight away. The Orks are just lucky like that. Right, so the objective is there, then that's the one that everyone's after. All others get removed. So all of those objectives that were looked at before are now irrelevant. It's just all about in that top corner there. Right, with the objective revealed, the Orks are on the move. So all of the mech mob moves over closest to the objective. So it's a bit of a mixed result there for the Orks. They've already know where the objective is, but the Orks like to play an aggressive game. They are better in combat than they are shooting. So they're going to have to stay put on that objective. They're still being a little bit aggressive. They are pushing forward. So they're going to put all of their trusty firepower on the Knights. If you believe in it, it'll happen. That's the Orky way. So they'll set up in a perfect gun line. It must be some sort of training that the big mechs put them through to create some sort of half a flying V.
It's an echelon.
An echelon. Right, the Orks are wasting no time. They're going to open fire straight away on the Warlord Knight. So before a shot is fired, we're going to do a stratagem for the Knight. He's going to rotate Ion Shield. It's going to give him a +1 to his Ion save. So he's actually now got a 3+ invulnerable save because of that Warlord trait we gave him. So he's out in the open, but he should be able to take it. So he's going to fire the big shooters first. There's 4 of them, so that's a lot of shots. Don't count out the big shooters that can do some damage. So hitting on 5s, which is also the Orky way, so 3 hits. And then wounding on 5s, no. It's the benefit of the big shooters. They're still going to wound toughness 8 stuff on 5s. So now it is the Death Storm Mega Shooter. So it's going to churn out 3d6 shots, so that's 8 shots for that. Still hitting on 5s. That is a good roll. There's 4 hits. So this is strength 6, needing 5s. Gets 1, so we're saving on a
AP -1.
AP -1, so we're saving on 4. But because we rotated our Ion Shields, we are having an invulnerable 3 save. So we're still saving on a 3, which we get on a lovely 5. So we've got 2 rockets left to fire off its wrist. 1 hit. That's really important. These are pretty lethal. Doesn't wound. Do you want to use a command point, or you're not bothered about that?
I'll leave that.
Okay. Right, Morganaut, he's going to fire next. Same thing, big shooters at the Knight. So he is a better shot. He's got 4 hits there. And 5s again to wound. There's 2 wounds. Again, saving on 3s. Fail 1, so the Knight is taking his first wound. Right, we've got the custom Mega Blaster now. D6 shots out of that. 3 and 5s. Gets 1, but does roll a 1, so it is a weapon that gets hot classically. So he's taking a mortal wound off himself. So it's strength 8, so needing a 4 to wound. Gets that wound, and then it's AP -3, but we've still got a vulnerable 3 because of the Warlord trait and the Ion Shield stratagem, and we pass on a 3.
Okay, it's now stupidly we'll fire the little gun.
Okay.
Little plasma gun.
It's failed to hit.
Lovely.
2 rockets off the wrist for the Gorkanaut, and he's missed both. It's hard to hit when you're an Ork. So it's on to the big man, Stomper. He will chime in now. Right, the Stomper is going to fire all of the big shooters first. It's got 5 big shooters on it. So it's 15 shots, and not as good as the other ones. He's got 3 hits. 5s to wound. Not a sausage. Right, we've got... what's next? We do the Death Cannon. So it's D6 shots. So the Death Cannon is the big gun. It's getting 3, and he's hitting on 5s. Does get 1. It's strength 10, so wounded on a 3. Does wound. Right, this is D6 damage. So we need our invulnerable 3 to kick in. It doesn't. We are going to command reroll before you roll that. Oh no, we filled our command reroll, so it's D6 damage.
Roll again?
Yeah. It is a 5 under the tree. Right, we've taken another 5. So 6 wounds so far taken off the Knight. We've got 18 left, and then we've got the Super Gatler now.
Super Gatler, every 2
So it's 2d6. So he's getting 6 shots, and now you're going to fire it again.
Yeah, so 2.
So on a 2 plus it'll fire again. Yep. So it's going to fire again. Another 2d6. And that's 9. So 15 shots in total. Right, so it's going to be 15 shots, strength 7. So needing 5s to hit first. And looks like 3.
3.
And then 5s to wound because it's strength 7. None. Alright, disappointing. So we've got, yeah, we're down to the last gun on it. It's a super rocket. It can fire, it's got 4 of them. It can fire 1 each turn. So here it goes. It's D3 shots. So it's getting 2 shots. Hits once. That's pretty good. Strength 8. Does wound. Right, we're going to need a save on our vulnerable save again. 3. We do. Right. Absorbed a lot of damage there. Okay, House Raven turn 1. It's been a quick moving phase. We've just moved this knight out 12 from behind the bastion. He shuffles forward an inch. Now, we could get closer. We could probably even mount a charge on the Gorkanaut, but the potential for counter-attack would be too extreme. We'll just get chopped up by the Stomper, if not his mate. So we don't want to go in too hasty too soon. We're just going to try and soften them up with some gunfire first. So before we do anything, we're going to play the special House Raven stratagem on the Crusader Knight in the distance there. It's going to be Order of Companions. So he will now reroll 1s, not just for shooting, not just for wound rolls, but for damage rolls and how many shots you get out of weapons. So pretty cool. So it's 2 command points. And here we go. So we're going to fire this knight first though, because you play that at the start of your phase. So this knight first is going to fire into this chap here. So we'll do the thermal cannon first. All guns into him. Thermal cannon. It's getting the full 6. Tasty stuff. Alright, so this hits on 3s. It's eye-wateringly punishing if it can get all of its hits. And it does. Ooh. Right, it is within 18 as well, so that's half range for the gun, which means it'll get its full abilities. So first we need to wound on 3s with strength 9 against toughness 8. That wasn't a choice roll. Oh, that was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Only 1 wound. Do we use a command point reroll? I think we do. We're going to have to do as much damage as possible. So command point reroll. That's another 1. Oh dear. Right. Just 1 wound. That's pretty bad. And he's got an invulnerable 5 save because he's in range of the custom force field. So saving on a 5. And he gets it. It's just fated to be that way. And then we've got the heavy stubber from the shoulder mount. Got 3 hits. 6s to wound. Not as good as the big shooters. No. Right, last chance. We've got the Iron Hail, the Storm Spear, Rocket Pod. So we've got 3 hits. And strength 8, so we're wounding on 4s. We'll get 1. It's AP minus 2, so he's saving on 5s. Doesn't get it. It's D6 damage. Let's see what we get. 4. So 4 wounds shaved off. Alright, so at this point, 4 wounds down on this. These have got 18 wounds, so it's up to the Crusader to finish it off. All guns into the Morganaut. Can't allow any slip-ups. So he's going to do that reroll 1 stratagem that we were just talking about, the Order of Companions. So how many shots out of the battle? Cannon. It's the full house. That's 12 shots. Right, hopefully he can make up for the blunder from Romulus. Here we go then. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s. Not rolling well this game. A lot of 2s in there. Even more 2s. This is not cool. That was a hit before I knocked it. Right, so out of 12 shots, rerolling 1s, we've only got 6 hits. That's terrible odds. Right. Strength 8. Needing 4s to wound. A load of 2s again, which we can't reroll. Okay, so 2 wounds, saving on 5s. This has gone terribly wrong, this shooting phase. So only 1 gets through, D3 damage. It's a full 3, at least we can score high on the damage. So 7 wounds so far. We're going to have to rely on the Avenger Gatling Cannon. So 12 shots from this, and we're hitting on 3s again. Rerolling 1s. There's 2 1s to reroll. And again, a smattering of 2s. So 5s to wound because it's only strength 6. And there's a 1 to reroll. We did well on the wounds. Yeah, very well on the wounds. So there's 5, 6, 7 wounds to save. AP minus 2, so again, more 5 5 to save. Oh, he's dropped all but one, so that's 6 wounds. God's damage 2, that's 12 in total. Alright, so with that, those 6 wounds turned into 12 because damage 2, that's seen off the Gorgonaut. So he's only got 18, that was 19 wounds, so he's dead. Does he explode? Does not explode, so he goes down quietly in a heap. Okay, so the Orks have moved around, and so that's what the orders were from the big mech up top. So it doesn't like that going up in a cloud of smoke, so he's ordered this Morganor back behind him, selfless mech that he is. He's put his big monster in front of him, so he's not going to be available as a target. He's going to offer him a 5+ invulnerable save, and with the Warlord trait, ignore wounds on a 6, he's pretty durable, especially when he's got 40 wounds. He could definitely take it. All he has to do is linger there for 5 turns and put up a fight in close combat, because although the shooting might not be mega, the big mech is wise enough to know that this is going to end in a bit of fisticuffs. So shooting phase for the Orks, because that ran, it's not going to be able to fire, but it's totally concealed anyway. It's just trying to preserve his toys. So big mech, Waz Zapper, will now open up with his
big shooter.
So it's on him. So didn't get a chance, but he's doing his ion shield thing again to get that boost save. So it's another command point down for the knight. So these are the big shooters, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway with the stratagem for these shots anyway, but he's filled them all. Needing 5s to hit and 5s to wounds, pretty tough gun. Which gun now? Going to move on to the Def Gun.
Def Gun?
Yep, so D6 shots. It's the full 6.
He likes it.
He fancies it. Now the hard part, he's hitting on 5s. Makes a loud noise, but 2 shots are true. 2 hits. Strength 10, 3s to wound. Oh, both wounds. Right, we're saving on 3s here with our ion shield, and with that stratagem in play, we're saving both. Big sigh of relief. That could have been 2d6 damage there. We're taking 6 wounds. Any more from those high powered weaponry, we might be looking a bit nervous. So we've got a super rocket.
Super Gatler.
Super Gatler, okay. Right, there's 10 shots, so you're going to fire it off again. So on a 2+ it fires again, yep. And so that's 10 shots plus 17. 10 shots plus 7 is 17. Falling into auto ways, can't even do maths anymore. Right, 17 shots on the Super Gatler, needing 5s. Oh, good shots. He's got 3, 4, 5, 6 shots. That's extremely good for an Orc. Strength 7, so again 5s. It's a game of 5s. So 4 go awry, but 2 are true. Right, again, it's AP -2, but we've got our invulnerable save of 3. This is what's keeping us in the game, but we've failed 2. What's the damage on this one?
1.
It's only damage 1, and it's that big. Well, I can imagine, we're just going to let those slide through. So we've taken another 2 wounds. But you can imagine when the Orks get the codex that those guns are going to be much more ferocious. Right, last gun for the Stomper. It's going to let off another super rocket. So D3 shots. Just the one. Do you want a command point reroll that? Or to get more shots? Or do you want to just try and get, if you hit, do you want to try and reroll the wound? That is the question.
Yeah, we'll command.
Okay, command reroll, try and get more shots. It's the full 3. Right, 5s or bust. Gets 1. Right, needs a 4 to wound. Gets that wound. Right, this is AP -2, or is it 3? Doesn't matter, because we've got an invulnerable save of 3 anyway. And we make it, right, so we'll block that shot outright. Okay, House Raven, turn 2. On the move, both knights move up 12 inches, closing the gap on the stomper, still trying to keep a healthy bit of room so we don't get countercharged, or it doesn't feel like coming out to play, because that big weapon is a nasty one. So we're just going to try and soften it up again. If we can do well, we probably can move in there and get into combat. So first of all, we're going to move on to the shooting phase, and again we're going to play the same strategy that we've been using. Hopefully it'll turn out useful. It's Order of the Companions, but we're going to play it on this knight because it's got the thermal cannon. We're banking on doing heavy damage on the stomper. It's the best weapon to try and do that, so we're hedging our bets, trying to get as many successful hits in as possible, because we can't have another turn like we did before where it fails. So here we go. Thermal, all shots at the stomper, thermal cannon first. How many shots? Just 2. We've only got 2 command points left. Is it worth re-rolling that? I think so. We're going to re-roll that with a command point. We're down to 1 command point left. So re-roll. Oh no. We get a 1, that's even worse. Right, it's just totally backfired. Hit on a 3. We do hit. Needing a 3 to wound. We do wound, and it's got an invulnerable 5 save. It goes through. We are within 18, so it's double dice damage, or the best of 2 dice. So 5 damage, but your Warlord trait on a 6, you'll deny and block out those wounds. No, that is a cocked dice in the distance. Just reroll that one. No, right, so 5 wounds. Alright, Storm Spear, Rocket Pod at the stomper as well. 2 hits. Forced to wound, no wounds. This is bad stuff from this knight. The other one's doing well, this one needs to pull his socks up. Right, stubber. 1 hit, needs a 6. Gets a 1, but we can reroll because of the stratagem. We do get a wound on the stomper with a stubber. Saves on a 3. Gets that save. Right, so we're going to move swiftly onto this knight. All guns at the stomper. We need to do this. We need to do some significant damage. So the battle cannon only does 4 shots out of it. Do we use our last command point? No, we're going to keep our last command point for rotate iron shields. So here we go then. It's been disappointing for another turn. Battle cannons. All hit though. That's cool. Forced to wound. 2 wounds on the stomper. Saving on 5s. Gets 1, fails 1. D3 damage. Just the 1 damage. So on a 6 he'll ignore that because of his Warlord trait. Doesn't do it. It's a 2. So there's another wound shaved off. We've got the Icarus autocannons. Hitting on 4s. And we'll get all hits. 5s to wound because it's only strength 7. No wounds. Oh dear. Right, we're going to need more dice. Because we're moving on to the stubbers now. Trusty stubbers, come on. 3 hits. 1 wound. We won't always trust the stubber. Right, 7 on 3. Saves. Right, could do the last gun. Avenger Cannon at the stomper, needing 3s. Yeah, definitely should do that stratagem on this knight all the time. It's got the more shots, more potential reroll than 1s. That's the way to do it. We just got cheeky doing it on that and we'll pay the price. So 3 wounds for the Avenger Cannon. So saving on 5s again. 2 saves, 1 goes through, it's 2 damage, so another 2. We're going to have to try and legendary, no it's not legendary, it's Tenacious Survivor Warlord trait.
Still pretty legendary.
So it does pass 1, just 1 wound. So minimal damage on the stomper, pretty shocking result. 3 command points spent on that thermal cannon and it did not pay off.
7 wounds.
Alright, I've just checked the range, we are well out of 12 inches, we're not even going to be able to mount a desperate charge. Didn't really want to charge this round anyway, but we felt that we needed to check that because it went so wrong in the shooting phase. So, it's over to the Orks. turn 3, and the Knights looked like they were going to push up and punish the Orks, but now the Orks, after that failure, Big Mech, what's he called, Waz, Zapper, his armour holds up, and now he's going to put these Knights to the test. So the Stomper moves forward, as you can see, it's pretty obvious. He's going to mount a charge on this Knight, I'm told, but first all guns from all Orks are going to go into this Knight, so we're going to use our last command point to play rotate ion shields. It's our last chance to try and survive. We've already taken 8 wounds on this Knight, so we've got 16 left. This one's still fresh, but he's about to go toe to toe with a vicious Ork, so we're just firing first.
So this one?
This one, okay, so what is it? The big shooters? Right, big shooters. Hitting on 5s, a good amount of hits for an Ork. 3 hits. 5s to wound. 1 wound. So wounding, saving on a 3. We do save. Right, 2 rockets. 1 hit. 1 wound. These are damage 3. These are lethal. These Ork rockets. So we need to save on a 3. We've run out of command points. We can't save. So we've taken a further 3 wounds. Okay, we are 1 away, I think, from reaching our 2nd tier.
Small plasma.
So the mega cannon from the belly. So it's 1 shot. He hits. Needs a 4. Doesn't get it. Do you want to use a command point, or are you just happy for that to fly away?
Happy with that.
Right. So now it's the big version, the arm cannon. There's D6 shots. It's getting the full 6. Right. The Orks are in the ascendancy here. They can feel the codex on the horizon, and they're getting excited for it.
And there's the one.
only 1 hit, but he's rolled a 1, so that's a wound on himself. So he's done more damage to himself than the Knights have. But 1 hit, no wound. Do you want to command reroll that, or are you just not bothered?
Oh, come on.
Okay, so on a 4, and it's missed on a 2. Alright, so that's all from the Morkanaut in the background. Now it's Stomper time. Alright, 15 big shooter shots into Romulus. And the Stomper is doing well. He's got, that looks like 6 hits. And he's wounded twice. Again, 3s to save. It's the little wounds that hurt the Knight. So there's that wound. He's taken 12 wounds so far. We might be on our next tier, but he's got a Scorcher on board. He's now in range with the Scorcher. So it's D6 hits from the Scorcher. Just the 1. Needs a 5. Gets it. What's the AP? It doesn't matter actually, because we've got an invulnerable save. Right, here we go. No, don't get it. Scorchers only damage 1. So there's another wound. We're going down slow now with the Knight. Death Cannon, D6 shots. Only 2. Needs 5s. Double hit. This is worrying now. 3s to wound. Only gets 1. So need to save on the 3. We need that save to crop up now. We do. Thank the Omnissiah. Right, so we just had a look. We're definitely on our 2nd tier of damage now. So we're starting to smoke, and now we're ballistic skill and weapon skill 4. That's really hurt us badly, but it still has more to shoot. We've got a super rocket and D3 shots out the super rocket. It's getting the full 3. Orks definitely fancy the chances now. So 5s to hit. Gets 1. Wounds on a 4. Doesn't wound. Just find it hard to wound. And then the super gatler. So 2d6. So 4 shots, and then firing it again.
2+.
Yep. So it's firing again. And that is 9. So 4 plus 9. 13. That's not as many shots as before. There's another 5 for you. And 5s again. Just 1. It's a game of 5s. Another 5, but he does wound. 7 on a 3. Doesn't get it. Alright, going down slow. We've got 10 wounds left. And now, I think that's all from the Stomper. It's time for charges.
Yeah.
So he's going to be charging the Night Crusader to do some Overwatch. Right, here we go then. Overwatch. We've got 2 stubbers. 2 heavy stubbers. We've got 2 hits. 6s to wound. Get 1 wound. 7 on a 3. Does it. Right, and then we've got the autocannons on the top. 6s. Get 1. Needs a 5. That's 1 off the table. No. And then we've got the Avenger Gatling cannons. It's 12 shots. Get 2 hits. 5s. No. And then last chance saloon, we've got the battle cannon. We've got 8 shots. Not bad. But will it be enough? Here we've got 6s. Just the 1. 4s to wound. We get a wound. Saves on a 5. Gets that save. And that is all we can do for the knight. It's going to charge in. Easy charge. No point of even rolling. So the Stomper moves in. He has made sure he's outside of 3 inches. So the knight, even though it's a character, he cannot heroically intervene. So it's going to be a horrendous situation for this Crusader. Alright, the Stomper will raise his big... What's it called? It's a chain...
It's a Mega Chopper.
Mega Chopper. Of course it is, right. So he's got 4 attacks. And he's hitting on 3s because he's fresh as a daisy just about. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. He's only hit 2.
Command reroll.
Command reroll as can be expected. So he's hit all 3. These are strength 20. It's the first strength 20 weapon we've ever struck with in the game. So wound on 2s, even against a knight. Oh, one of them escapes. He's already used the command point. So there's 2 hits, 2 solid blows. AP minus 5, so we don't get any save whatsoever, and it's damage 6 each time. So we've taken 12 wounds. So instantly halved. Our soul has been crushed. Alright, so after the Stomper is attacked with on our second profile now, so now down to the same one as this, with ballistic skill and weapon skill 4 for both knights. So you will fight back though. He's going to fight with his feet and with his battle cannon, and with his he's going to hit him with his Avenger cannon. He's going to do all he can to try and do some damage to the Stomper. So he's got Titanic feet, so we've got 12 attacks in total, 4s to hit. Okay, that wasn't very good at all. It's well below average. We've only got 4 hits there, but with strength 8, so we're needing 4s again. 2 wounds, that is the average this time. So it's AP minus 2, 7 on 5s. Doesn't get either, and then it's D3 damage each attack. So there's 3 damage, but you've got your Tenacious Survivor Warlord trait. So 3 dice need 6s to block. Yep, one of them's blocked, so there's another 2 damage clipped off the Stomper. So he's taken 9 wounds so far. What is unusual about the Stomper is because he's got 40 wounds, he has 4 different tiers of damage. So each time you take 10 wounds off him, he goes down a tier. So he has taken almost 10 wounds, we're almost clipped him down, but he still is hanging in there. Knights turn 3, we're pretty desperate now, we're pretty wounded. If only we didn't spend those 3 command points on trying to get a thermal count to work, we could have done something like Machine Spirit Resurgent, which means you would have been on your top tier for the purposes of that turn. So he would have been on full ballistic skill and weapon skill, which would really come in handy. But alas, we've not done well with our stratagems, so we're going to have to do it the hard way. So we've dropped out of combat with the Crusader. He's going to shoot. We've peeled around the side with the Errant, and he's going to have to shoot the Stomper in the back. All notions of chivalry are gone now. It's personal, getting shot in the back. And we're all hitting on 4s. So here we go. We're going to have to shoot and then charge, which is pretty much how House Raven do business. So let's see if they can this time. So we're going to start with this knight first. We're going to do all shots at the Stomper, of course. So the autocannon getting no hits because we're now ballistic skill 4, and then we're at a -1 because he isn't a flying target. Not the best weapon to take against the Orks in this case in point, but it's better than nothing because that's what he's got. Right, Stubbers now. We can always trust a Stubber. 4s to hit. Just 2 6s. There's 1. Told you, always trust a Stubber. But he does save. Alright, moving on to the Avenger Gatling Cannon. 12 shots. 4s to hit this time. We've totally ran out of stratagems, can't do any abilities to get us to reroll anything now, which would come in handy. 5s to wound. Just the 1. AP -2, save on a 5. No, it goes through, so it's damage 2. You need 2 rolls of 6 for the Tenacious Survivor Warlord trait. It's a double 1, he's taken another 2 wounds. So crucially, he's taken 11 wounds now, that Stomper, and that's dropped him a tier, which means he's now
weapon skill 4+.
He's weapon skill 4+, which is huge. Huge when we're just about to launch a combat on him. So we're going to turn to the battle cannon now, see what this can do. It's going to pump out 10 shots. Right, so the Stomper has just angered the Knights into forcing a reaction here. So forced to hit with a battle cannon, and that is really good. I think we've done better hitting on 4s than we have on 3s. Just needed a bit of probing. So here we go, forced to wound, 2 wounds. 5s to save again, that is the number of the game. 2 fills. Here we go. Do you want to use a command point on that? Because when we go onto the Knight, you probably won't get a save. It's worth mentioning. So command point reroll, because this is D3 damage. So he's blocked 1, so it's just 1 battle cannon shot going through. 2 damage, so you need 2 dice saving on 6s because of the Warlord trait. Saves 1, he keeps on getting those 6s. So there's another wound shaved off. So that's all from the Crusader. And the Stomper's lost 12 wounds so far in the game. We're going to have to turn to the Errant. Okay, the Knight Errant. Thermal cannon in the back. How many shots? Just 2. He's being quiet with it. Forced to hit. Double 1. Not cool. Right. Rock pod. Forced to hit. We get 2 hits. Forced to wound. Don't get any wounds. Wow. Romulus, you suck. Heavy Stubber in the back. Let's see if we can kill a Grot. No. Right, nothing from him. Very, very disappointing from the Warlord from House Raven. So we're going to have to rely on charging into the fray here. It's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. It's going to be impossible. So here we go. We're going to charge with the Crusader first. Let's see the Overwatch from the Stomper. Alright, the Stomper, big shooters first. So here we go. 6s. So 2 hits. You know, having Orks Overwatch is almost as good as the shooting phase anyway. So
with all the 5s though.
I know. Right, so 5s to wound. This Crusader, no wounds. Let's do the Scorcher. These are automatic hits, so there's 4 automatic hits. And wound on 5s. Gets 1, AP minus 1. So is it AP minus 1 or 2? On Scorcher.
It's a -1.
Just a -1. So save it on a 4. Makes it. Armour goes through fire. Right, we've got the Super Gatler, so it's 2d6 shots. And 6, are you going to fire again?
Yeah.
Whoops, try again.
2.
Yep, so another 2d6 shots. So another 6, right, 12 shots. And these are hitting on 6s. No so far. Nope, all miss. Right, so now for the big gun, the Death Cannon. This is the one that could hurt. So d6 shots. Gets 4. And 6s. Gets 1. Needs a 3 to wound. This could be punishing. Does wound, right? We've got our Ion Shield. It's the only thing we can use. Needs a 5. No, it's d6 damage on the Knight. It's a 4. Nasty. He's only got 8 wounds left now. Suffering badly, but he's going to get into the combat easily, and then that's going to allow the Knight. Actually, he's going to. It's a 5-inch charge, so we're going to go around that way because we don't want you to escape from the combat. And then he's going to charge in 3 inches, but he's in all the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to fight with the Errant first, because you might counter attack here. Okay, so both Knights are in. We're going to fight with Romulus first. He's got 4 attacks. He's only hitting on 4s, but with the relic, the Ravager, we're going to reroll hit rolls of 1. So we're trying to give our best foot forward. We're going to use the Savage Strike of his, the highest power we can do. So he's going to be at strength 16 with this weapon. So we're going to be wounded on 2s. So with that said, all we need to do is hit on 4s. Come on. Okay, he's hit 3 times, that's good. He's done better with his chainsaw than in shooting. That must be what kind of guy he is. 2s to wound. Can't afford any 1s. We'll get all 3, right, so I just carve straight through the Stomper's armour at AP minus 4, the Ravager. It's not AP minus 3 like a normal Reaper chainsword. It's AP minus 4, straight through the armour, and each blow is 6 damage. So that is 18 dice you're going to have to roll and try and get 6s for the Warlord trade. Right, he's got his 18 dice. had a whip around, got them all. So 6s will protect.
6s.
Well, he tried to summon the 6s, only got one. So that's 17 solid wounds on him. We're going to have to work this out. He's already taken 12. So we might have just shaved the back off this Stomper here and exposed the innards.
29.
Right, so savage work from Romulus. He's been saving himself for that moment. The Stomper has only got 11 wounds left, so he's not on his bottom tier just yet. He's on his second from bottom. He's took a severe blow there. He's now weapon skill 5 and he's only strength 8. But he's not worried, he's an orc, he's keeping optimistic, and what he's doing, he's going to play counter-offensive stratagem for 2 command points, and he's going to strike this knight before he gets a chance. So he's using his savage blow, or whatever it's called, smash attack.
Yeah.
So he's got 4 attacks and he's hitting on 5s.
I need 5.
Yeah, but it's still strong enough to really wipe this knight
so
out.
I was taken down, I'll be hitting on 6, which is just too much.
Yeah, so here we go then. 5s to hit. Gets 2, and because he's strength 8 now, and he's using the smash attack times 2, so he's still strength 16. So wound on 2s for the knight, and he's got 1, and he's got the other. So that's killed the knight outright. It's 6 damage each, and it's AP minus 5. So the knight is dead. Does the knight explode? No. Right, Orcs turn 4, and they're going to bring the hammer down. The Stomper has stepped out of the combat, turned around. You can do that when you're all super heavy vehicles. He's going to fire some dagger. He just likes the sound of it, so he's going to try and blow the knight away. He's got support coming from the other mech bot now in the backfield. Probably shouldn't have moved so close, but you know, we needed to get as close as we can in case we did kill the Stomper, and then we could have sprung the attack, because it's turn 4. We only had one more turn to get up on this objective, let's say, if we did kill the Stomper. So we risked it all, and now we're going to have to pray for the Emperor and the Omnissiah to save us, because the Orcs have now closed the net. So what is firing first?
Heavy, big shooters.
Big shooters. So this is from the Stomper, or is it from this guy?
From this guy.
Okay, so the Stompers hit
2 times.
2 times. 5s to wound. 1 wound. Okay, 7 on 3. We get it. Right, it's worth mentioning, this knight has only got 10 wounds left, so any wound that we take is going to be severely felt.
The Flamer.
Scorcher. 4 hits. 2 wounds. 4s to save. Fail both. Right, we're taking 2 wounds, we've got 8 wounds left. Uh-oh. So what's next?
Death Cannon.
The Death Cannon D6. Only 2. Do the count. Just one of them. 3 to wound. Gets the wound. Okay, right, we need to save on our invulnerable 4. That's our warlord trait. We'll make it. Ooh. Alright, and then we've got the super rocket, which is saved for this moment. The last rocket in the 4th turn. It's only getting 1. Needs 5. Doesn't get it.
The
Super Gatler. Every little helps. 10, and then
2.
it's going to fire again on a 2+. Yep, that's a 6. So another 2, and that's 8. So that's 18 shots. Right, 18 shots, 5s needed. That looks okay. Maybe it's not. Just, how many is that? 5?
5.
5, right, so needing 5s to wound again. Gets 1 wound. Okay, save it on a 4. No, we're taking another wound. 7 wounds left on the knight.
done with that one.
So he's done. He's not. Right, so he's going to fire all weapons. So what's firing first?
The big shooters.
Big shooters. So it's got 4 of them. 12 shots. Hit on 5s. It's a pretty good shot as well. There's 4 hits. And 5s to wound. Gets 1 out and see. What's the other one?
That's a 1.
It's ran around the corner. It's a 1 anyway. So 3s to save. We get it. Hanging in there. 7 wounds left. We're going to have to take on the might of the custom Mega Blaster. D6 shots. Only 1. Needs a 5. Doesn't get it.
Small one.
Small belly version.
No.
Misses. Right.
2 rockets.
Escaped. 2 rockets. Maybe you haven't escaped. 1 hit. Needs a 4. Gets it. Needs a 4 to save. No, that's 3 damage. Straight 3 damage from the rockets. We've only got 4 wounds left. The end is nigh. The Stomper looms. Alright, we're on our last bracket of damage now. Only 4 wounds left for the knight. He's starting to smoke an awful lot. And it's now the charge phase. So this Morgonaut? It's a Morgonaut. He's going in first. So he will be overwatched. It's the last chance from the thermal cannon. How many shots? Just 2. Hasn't got higher than that, I don't think. 6 is to hit. He's missed. It's continuing the trend. And then the missile pod on top. He's missed. And then the stubbers have missed also. So his charge, he's in on an 8, and then the Stomper goes in unchallenged. So who will be striking first? Stomper.
What is Stomper?
Okay. Stomper's got 4 attacks still, and he's hitting on 5s still. And he's filled all of them. Claw of Mork. What have you got for us?
So he's got 4 attacks.
Yeah, he's only taken 2 wounds because that's what he's damaged himself at.
He's going to hit you on a 3.
Yeah, so he's going to use smash attacks, is he?
Yeah, he's going to use a smash.
Right, so he's strength 8 times 2. So he's going to wound on 2. So he just needs to hit on 3s. He's got them all. Now it's 2s to wound. And he's wounded them all. There's no save because it's AP minus 4. So we've only got 4 wounds left, and he's wounded them all. It doesn't matter about the damage because 4 wounds is the last of our wounds. So we're dead. Let's see if we can explode for the glory of the Omnissiah and take down these filthy beasts. We don't. We just fizzle out and spark and pop, and then the Orks come and loot the bodies. Okay, Ork victory. It was just a total wipeout. The Big Mac Wadzapper comes to town and wipes out all resistance, and now he's got his loot and more. No doubt he'll make more infernal beast Xenos machines. So this is actually the 3rd game we've played with these this exact same armies. The first one that we played, the Orks won. Second one we played, the Knights won. And then, of course, this time the Orks have won, as we've seen. They were all pretty close games. That was pretty close at certain points. That's the sort of thing that you get with playing low count models. As soon as something goes wrong, it's catastrophic. I think the Knights would have had a much better time of it if we just didn't do so badly with our thermal cannon. I think we might have pushed the attack too soon and came under threat from the Stomper. But anyway, bit of a shame we didn't get to see more stratagems there, but under pressure and forced into using rerolls and stuff. So anyway, that was pretty cool. Got to see a Stomper. Not every day you see a Stomper. So speaking of the Stomper, with the Ork Codex now just announced not so long ago, and it's on the horizon, love to see the Stomper. It's very, very expensive. It's like 1,000 points. We'd love to see these guns just get upgraded. We'd love to see this be at least 2 damage. Love to see this be, instead of 1d6, it should be 2d6. Give the Orks a chance to hit with that massive gun. It's almost as big as a knight. So anyway, we'll see what the new Codex brings when it lands, but that's the wish list. Make the Stomper great again.